Morning from Mount Gambier. Right, I'm off the line bright and early this morning. It's 6:30. I slept really well, actually, a solid 7 hours. I'm glad because today is going to be a mammoth day. My intention is to drive the entire Great Ocean Road to Melbourne, or pretty much Melbourne, seeing all the stops on the way. We shall see how far we get. In this video, I need to get petrol first and foremost. I'm still hunting for a memory stick to back all my stuff up onto. And then we're going to do it. We're going to do the Great Ocean Road. Why are you smashing it out in one go? I'm trying now to get to Sydney, and that is going to take me a good old slog. And then next week, I'm heading the other way. I'm heading westwards. I'm doing as much of the east as possible on my own. Going back to Adelaide for Friday afternoon. I'm filming this on Monday morning, and going to west. So trying to do both sides of Adelaide in 2 weeks. And out the door earlier than planned as well. Good news. Right, I need to find some petrol and then start my epic journey. It's going to be about 4 or 5 hours of actual driving. The actual driving today is 4 or 5 hours on the road. It's cold this morning. I'm going to change my t-shirt as well because I've got a special t-shirt. Oh, someone's lost their specs, their hoodie, and a puzzle book. Did someone have a fight at the bottom of my stairs? I think they did. Right, quick change, and I can say that is the first time I've ever got changed in the car park of a Dan Murphy's. Why? Because I've got my split point Lighthouse t-shirt on today. I wanted to purposefully wear this because that is the goal. By the end of this video, I will be going round the twist. Have you ever? Right, you know that. Yeah, you know that one. By going to the split point Lighthouse. That is a goal of mine ever since I was a kid. I've gone, I want to go to that lighthouse in Australia. And that is the plan. Let's go. So the first part of my journey is an hour and a half to a place called Port Fairy. Why am I going there? Because it sounds good, it looks good, and I'm trying to head to a place called Warrnambool to look for a mythical USB stick. From there, it's basically the start of the Great Ocean Road. So I'm stopping at Port Fairy, Warrnambool, and then down along the Ocean Road. Petrol, on the way. By the way, Sherry Ann Lidner, you're not welcome in this store. $28 that cost, not too bad. Good stop up of the day, and I was able to use my BP rewards card from the UK. This morning's driving is sponsored by the Hamish and Andy podcast. It's not, but that's what I've been listening to, and it's awesome. It's just two Aussie blokes ripping into all the callers that called in. They're talking about Volkswagen Tiguans, they're talking about Apples, just living their best life. So shout out to the team at the Hamish and Andy podcast on the local radio station from Mount Gambier for keeping me company this morning.
It just fits your mouth perfectly. But we did offer it as part of the Fill the Legs to run by you today.
The Fill the Gap initiative. If you're missing a front left tooth, the number 9 central incisor, or find yourself missing a front left tooth, the number 9 central incisor, we'll fill the gap.
There you go.
The gap between the original and your replacement, and the gap in your face.
So I've entered Victoria now, which is prone to forest fires, bushfires. And all along the road here is dead trees, which have clearly been killed by a bushfire. That's sobering, that is. Anybody else get Final Destination vibes when they follow something like this? About 45 minutes into my morning this morning, going well. This is the only other thing I've really seen on the road this morning, the wood truck, which I am following at a distance because I've seen those films. I've seen what will happen. Yeah, stopping at Port Fairy for brekkie, and then Warrnambool, I think that's how I say it, for shopping at Officeworks. And if that doesn't work, we'll just carry on. I'm in Victoria, which horrendous bushfires recently. One life lost confirmed so far. Thousands of hectares of land destroyed, livestock, crops. It's terrible. And you don't actually realise just how devastating bushfire is and how much of a real threat it is here until you get out here. And I am inland. I've entered Victoria from South Australia and I can smell smoke, and I have a terrible, terrible sense of smell. And I thought it's cloudy this morning, but according to a meteorologist that I've just listened to on the radio, it's actually smoke.
500 metres and continue to follow Warrnambool Road.
Very sobering. Very sobering. I hope that my journey today is not hindered by the bushfires.
Please make next right.
But if it is, I don't want to go anywhere near a bushfire. I've stopped about 5-10 minutes from Port Fairy to stretch my legs, and I've come to a place to see the Crags. It's like a nature reserve. It's a bit like Gibraltar Point, if you know Skegness. Take a look at this. Walking towards the Crags. Footwear fans will see that I have got me burkas on again. From the car park, it's about 100 metres to see the Crags. Looking forward to this. No idea what I'm going to see. I can see the Crags, and actually they're very beautiful. Little viewing platform up, and there is the Crags. I'll do you a bit of a 360. How about that? There you go. This is my view this morning of the Crags. So obviously we've got sand dunes and hills. And we've got this structure. And the Crags. There's something out there. What is that? Like an island of some description. Oh, this is stunning. Wow. You know, I'm glad I came to see the Crags. Shall definitely be putting better footwear on later. Great day for it, eh? Incredible. Right, that was the Crags and the surrounding islands. There it is, the Crags. I liked that. Good little stop. Ow! Oh! I've just caught my toes. Ow! I am going to change my footwear as well, because it's a bit silly doing, rock formation coastal roads in flip-flops. But I am mainly in a Suzuki Swift. Now to Port Fairy. I'm going to find somewhere to get some breakfast. And from breakfast, I'm going to find somewhere to go to the loo. And then I'm going to go to Warrnambool to find a USB stick. And then I'm going on the Great Ocean Road. If it's as good as this, places like the 12 Apostles, then I'm in for a treat, right? Google has told me that the island that I could see from the Crags is a place called Dreaming Island, and it has Australia's largest fur seal colony on it as well. It's obviously in the middle of the sea. It's a volcanic rock, We can't get to it, or we can get to it, but with boats. Fur seal colony, that's what's on there. So I'm here at Port Fairy, and actually there's not much going on. Oh, Port Fairy Inspector. There's not over too much going on. There's a coffee shop, day spa, nice. I'm going to sort of drive to the seafront, I suppose, the ocean front. The Stump Hotel, and see what we can see before heading on down to the next place. Lycra Pest. It's quite busy this morning. Artisan chocolates. Oh, hot rod. That's nice, isn't it? Here's another hot rod. Some people have been out in their hot rods this morning. Jolyon from Great Wall Motors. That's an experience, isn't it? Oh, it's all going on. The bins are being emptied and this blooming Toyota's backing into me. Right. It's quite busy out this morning here, actually. Everybody's having coffee. But that was Port Fairy. South Beach. That's where I want to go. Let's go there. Gobbles Mill House. Jumbuck! Proton Jumbuck! Hey! Excellent! Oh, I'm glad I'd got my camera on for that. That was a spot and a half. Jumbuck! Proton Jumbuck! My trip is complete. I've been to Port Fairy and I've seen a Proton Jumbuck being driven by an old dude. He knows. He knows. Right, that's it. I've done Australia now. I'm just following this guy, who is the ranger. I'm on a road called Ocean Drive. Not the hit song by, you know the one, the Lighthouse family. Okay. So this is the Moyne River in front of me. The Moyne River. Lots of people fishing. It sort of comes into this inlet, look. Cool. I'm probably not going to get out and go sightseeing this morning. But this is sort of Port Fairy. It's pretty. On the coast here. Take a look at this. There you go. So I'm going to carry on along Ocean Drive, not see the Lighthouse family, and then I've set my sat-nav up to a place called Warrnambool. John, why are you going to Warrnambool? Because they have an Officeworks
Turn
and a
right after 50 metres.
JB Hi-Fi. So it is my intention to try and find something to put my footage on, storage, and then I'm going to go direct to the start of the Great Ocean Road.
Right.
What I
take the next left turn.
didn't realise is I've crossed a time zone. So I've actually lost some time this morning by crossing over into that time
Follow
zone.
the road for 800 metres.
I didn't realise. I've lost about half an hour of my day. There it is. There's the sea. That's all you get to see from Port Fairy. It's not as beautiful as the Crags, to be honest. No, I'd be going to the Crags if I was here. The beach to my left is called Pea Soup Beach.
Turn right after 250 metres and follow James Street.
They're not really selling it with a name like that, are they? So I'm going to drive through Port Fairy again, and then head on down to Warrnambool. It's 20 minutes away. And it gave me a Proton Jumbuck, so it will always hold a special part in my life. I have picked up viewers from Australia whilst doing this series.
250 metres and follow Cox Street.
And there's been a few comments. John, why are you looking for Proton cars? They were rubbish, they were this, they were that. Protons in Australia aren't very well thought of. Well, the honest answer is they're not really well thought of in the UK. And that is the mission I am on.
Next left.
As a man trying to bring back the love for Proton, the underappreciated little car. Why Proton, John? Because I can, that's why. Cool. Look at the size of these trucks. Trucking. So that was Port Fairy. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. So I've just seen my first sign for the Great Ocean Road, 29 kilometres that way. It doesn't seem real that yesterday I was in Adelaide and now I'm about to start the Great Ocean Road. I've been looking forward to doing this for a very long time. It's been a long time coming, this. Not only am I enjoying Play Lunch and Keith on Triple X's Top 100, but I'm in Warrnambool checking out the used cars. We've of course got a Subaru, a Hyundai, Mitsubishi, MG, BYD, and a Suzuki dealership. No Toyota dealership though, you've let me down, Warrnambool. Suzuki boats as well. Cool. If you haven't heard Play Lunch and Keith, which I hadn't until I entered Australia, you need to get it on. It's got a language warning, but if you have an issue with parking, you'll like it. My storage prayers may be answered. Yeah, I've stopped off at Officeworks. I'm going to grab a memory stick, plug it in my phone and transfer all my stuff. Then I'm going to hit the Woolies that's down there, and then I'm going to hit the Great Ocean Road. $512 gigabytes of sweet portable storage. Wiped out my entire profit, I think, from all the videos that I've made on the channel. Bunnings have them $75. Officeworks more than double the price, but I have to get one and I have to do it. So I hope you appreciate the content because I've spent all my pocket money on it. So that was an absolute bust, and I'll tell you for why. I've managed to buy my memory stick, but it needs formatting using a PC, and quite rightly so. Officeworks aren't going to format my memory stick for me. So, unprepared, and I've got my refund. Thanks, Joe Dean. So back to the drawing board with storage. I'm just going to get on the road and just do it. So annoying. It is so frustrating, but it is what it is. It's me being unprepared. I did not genuinely expect to need it. I thought I'd be able to rely on my Google uploads, and clearly not, because it's sort of not working very well. Anyway, to Allansford now, which is the absolute start, or the end, of the Great Ocean Road. Let's do it, because I've got to do it before 8 PM. Officially beginning the Great Ocean Road. Here it is. Doesn't that look the same as most of the roads I've been driving on? Peterborough, if you fancy it, is on the right, and we are actually going to be going that way towards the Great Ocean Road, when we're doing this journey, we need to follow the signs of a little anchor, because that is denoting that we are on the Great Ocean Road. But this is it, and it starts at Allansford. If you fancy it, by the way, Cheese World, the largest cheese museum, apparently, the largest cheese cube, is on the left. As much as I would love to go to Acme Cheese World, it's not on my list of things to do today, sadly. But Cheese World on the left, and the good news is they do a cheese cellar door. So you can get cheese direct from the factory. Maybe on another day. So I'm entering Nurawala, the first town, allegedly, of the Great Ocean Road. If you fancy a stop, you can do. Fuel here, by the way, 168.9, which is nearly 15 cents more expensive than fuel in Adelaide this morning. Nullawara, that was it. So I'm about to start the actual journey onto the Great Ocean Road. Give that a good old clean. Well, there's an annoying dead fly in the middle of the screen, but you'll have to put up with that. And the weather is okay. It's not perfect, it's not warm, it's about 18, 19 degrees today. We'll see how we go. But we are officially now on and about to start at the end the Great Ocean Road. Bay of Islands will be the first stop. Oh, I should have stopped there. Pull a Yui. I'm going to spin round because there's beautiful things to see. First stop, Boat Bay Road, and then the Bay of Islands. Interestingly, a sign there for drones. No drones. First stop. So all the attractions along the Great Ocean Road are well signposted off the roads with the brown signs. Everything is free to visit. I mean, if you want to go on a helicopter ride, that's not free. But yeah, everything is free to visit, all the car parks, and it's beautiful. Add that to the compilation of every time I say beautiful in this video, because there's going to be a lot. I need more adjectives, please. Stunning, glorious, breathtaking, beautiful. Bay of Islands, there it was, done and dusted. Beautiful. Oh, I've said it, haven't I? Stunning. Stunning! On to the next stop, but before that I am going to enjoy some chicken crimpy shapes, because Australia things. In fact, I'm going to eat them whilst I'm driving. The next stop, the Bay of Islands. This video is going to be called Man Eats Chicken Crimpy Shapes whilst driving the Great Ocean Road on his own. My car wouldn't start. That's some bad going. Good shapes. So that was Boat Bay. Good. Helicopter. I would have loved to have done a Great Ocean Road helicopter tour, but I'm very poor and they're very expensive. Next stop. So I'm walking to the Bay of Islands now. Peaceful, listening to the birds. Serene. Right, that's the Bay of Islands ticked off. Next! Hey, check out this lovely old Land Cruiser that's parked next to me. Right, that's the Bay of Islands done and dusted. I think there's going to be much of a muchness whilst doing this, but I've said I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it. Also, did you see that Land Cruiser? Tasty. Lovely sort of 80s Land Cruiser. That'd be on my list of things I would have. Next then, whilst I eat my sweets, which have all sort of melted into one, where are we going next? Only time will tell. And the road signs. Ah, vile, but I'm still eating them. Drive on the left in Australia. Yeah, the right side of the road. These are terrible, but sustenance to power on. See that? See that? Wow. There's lots of signs here that says no camping, and I get why. But if I had a camper van and stopped at the side of the road, what are they going to do about it? Legitimately, what are they going to do about it? I'm still eating my sweets. I mean, they now taste of chicken shrimpy. Chicken crimpy. More chicken crimpy. Oh shit! It's the birds! Bay of Martyrs. Turn right. Okay. Will do. We're doing them all. I'm in Peterborough. Better go take a look then. That's beautiful. Oh, they're stunning. That's a bit good. Sorry, the chicken shrimpies. Check that out. Let's go look at it. You are here for one small moment in time. Well, thanks for reminding me about the existential crisis that is death, Parks Victoria. The Bay of Martyrs then, there behind me. Am I going on the beach? No. Why? Because I've got loads of other stuff to do. If I had more time, if I had 3 or 4 days, yeah, absolutely. I'd be heading on down there and I would be getting in the ocean. Notice I didn't call it the sea. That was the Bay of Martyrs. Do you feel martyrdom? Do you feel martyrful? Now on to the next place. A lot of this video is going to be me going, hey, here's this. Isn't it nice? Isn't it beautiful? Next. And eating chicken crimpies, I think. It's busy today. Not, however, as busy as I expected it to be. We shall carry on. And as I'm doing this journey, I am conscious about the empty seat next to me because it is a bit bittersweet. Doing things that I'd planned to do with somebody else, but I'm having a whale of a time on my own. And you're along with the ride anyway. So I'm not alone really. That's a 60 through Peterborough, 60 through here. Set my limiter. In fact, I'm using cruise control now. I'm glad I'm not live streaming this, I've got no phone signal. So some people live on the Great Ocean Road at Peterborough. Certainly a funny looking Peterborough to me. Imagine living out here. I'm assuming these are probably holiday lets. Great Ocean Road Tourist Park. So there's actually like a Haven Holidays village here. So I'm passing now over a thing called the Kurdies. Oh, that's pretty. Farewell from Peterborough. You're not missing much. Port Campbell National Park. So, Port Campbell 12 Apostles, 23 kilometres. I'm sure there'll be lots of places to stop on the way. Geelong, 3.5 hours. Lorne, 2.5 hours. So Lorne is pretty much where we're going to be seeing the Lighthouse. 2.5 hours. Well, it's 12 o'clock now. Be in bed by 5. Timboon Ice Creamery and the Schultz Organic Creamery. They're 13k that way though, so I'm not going there. Helicopter flights. Your fire risk today is high. Thank goodness it's not catastrophic. When I was coming in on the Great Ocean Road, I could actually see remnants of smoke in the air. You could see it glistening. I can't smell it here now, but I have smelt it today. Next stop, the Grotto. Where's the entrance to me Grotto? Is it here? Yes. I'm being a bit tactful as well, or tactical I should say, in trying to park as close to the walkways as humanly possible, so that I don't have to walk so far, because I don't want to burn off all my chicken crimpy. The Grotto is accessed via a boardwalk. There are a lot of tourists following me to the Grotto. Let's hope that they're not disappointed. The furthest I've walked on this journey so far is about 5 minutes, and I've still not got to the Grotto. Also, you know, I said this morning I'm going to be changing my footwear. Yeah, well, I've decided not to. I'm assuming that's the Grotto. Sweet Mary, there's a queue for the Grotto. There's the Grotto. Check it out. So I can see why the Grotto is popular. There's a nice little Instagrammable spot there. Yeah. Did I do a shot for the gram? No. Could I have done? Probably. But certainly a pretty odd view down there. Was it worth the probably 15-minute trek from the car park? Yeah, it was. It was. We carry on, we soldier on our Great Ocean Road journey. That was the Grotto. It was quite far actually. I've got a fly in here. The flies today are unbelievable. That was the Grotto. It was okay, wasn't it? Where next on my Great Ocean Road tour? Well, we'll find out. Bloody flies! Need to hit them with a Haggerty hat. Gotcha! Ha ha ha! Coupland 1, fly 0. That's good. Stop where you want. Just stick your hazards on. Did you know that? You can literally stop anywhere in the world if you just put your hazard lights on. I mean, what are they even taking a picture of? You can't see anything. Get down to the Grotto. I've decided my new adjective of the day is going to be sexy. Sexy. It's a bit sexy. Oh, that's very sexy actually. Oh, I should pull over there. Just put my hazards on. The next one, London Bridge. Hopefully it's not falling down, as per the famous song. Everyone's off to London Bridge. Maybe Fergie's here. To London Bridge. I can only assume that this is called London Bridge because it looks like a bridge. I mean, if it's not like an arch and a bridge, I'm going to be disappointed with the naming conventions. You know, when I think of Australia and beaches and the sea and home and away and neighbours and all that sort of stuff, I do genuinely think of stuff that looks like that. And that. There, look, London Bridge. It has fallen down. There was an arch here many years ago and has fallen now into the sea. The sad reality is the rest of it probably will fall into the sea at some point. God, these flies today are incredible. Let's go check out the next bit of the London Bridge. That's a bit better. Nobody's followed me to this part of London Bridge. There are about 47 million flies on my face though. Really tempted to lift the trapdoor and go down the ladder to the beach. One of the big ones to do that, London Bridge. I'm glad I've done that. I think the next one, the next big main one, is the 12 Apostles. That's the one that you think of when you hear the Great Ocean Road, isn't it? These flies are doing my tree in. Thankfully they're not like the sand flies that bite, but just not nice in your face, are they? I've decided flies love chicken crimpy. And that is why I am a hive of activity. Buzzing! I've got my flies with me. Where to next? Who knows? It's a mystery. On the magical mystery tour of Australia on the Great Ocean Road. Oh, there was a lot of flies there. It's getting warm again now. A Hyundai Venue. Never heard of one of them. Stay hydrated. Terrible. You know what this car needs? One of those in-glove box aircon cool boxes. All roads lead to Lorne. Oh dear. Right, chicken crimpy time. What a day. Chicken crimpies on the Great Ocean Road. Stay hydrated. I just missed a turning for 2 Mile Bay Road. And there wasn't anything signposted, but it looked relatively interesting. I'm contemplating turning round. Probably not. Scenic lookout, 300 metres on the right. Here's the Port Campbell Scenic Lookout. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. See what we can see at Port Campbell Scenic Lookout. You know, I'm glad I stopped here. That's a nice little scenic lookout of Port Campbell. There's Port Campbell, look. Awesome bridge there. So from here, my hotel is about an hour and a half away. That's taking, however, the direct route. Clearly, I will not be taking the direct route. I am doing the Great Ocean Road. As long as I get there and check in by 8 PM, I'm okay. I think I'm going to be fine.
Left, then make a U-turn.
Failing that, check in at my hotel and do like we did yesterday at Mount Gambier, where I check in and then go exploring like Dora. Yeah, I think we'll be okay as long as I get to my lighthouse. That is the goal of this trip today. The Great Ocean Road and the Round the Twist Lighthouse. 12 Apostles Gourmet Trail. Oh. Don't know what the Gourmet Trail is. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that, Sal. In fact, I'm going to turn you down next time you speak. Timboon Ice Creamery, Timboon Railway Shed Distillery, 12 Apostles Lockhard Gorge. Oh, you're hard! Port Campbell Easter Sunday Market. You're either a bit late or a bit early. There you are, police station. Got a job out here, haven't I? At Port Campbell. I wonder what the crime is that occurs in Port Campbell. Port Campbell Grocer. This is sort of a stop-off town, isn't it? Here it is, Port Campbell Beach. Looks good. So I did consider hiring a camper van to do this in Melbourne to Adelaide, and actually I'm quite glad I didn't. It was quite expensive, about £100 a night for me to do that. It would have been quite romantic to have done it that way, I suppose, and taken 3 or 4 nights, but there's not many campsites. You can't camp at the side of the road. And I'd rather have a nice warm shower. Let's go back on the ocean road. That was Port Campbell. I don't need anything. I don't need a pint. I'd like a pint, but I haven't got time. And I'll be doing a lot of pint drinking next week, I can assure you, because Ryan likes to, and I'm going to quote the Aussies, get on the piss. We continue. So 10 kilometres to the 12 Apostles this way. I wonder where, and I've often wondered this, the Australian accent came from. Like, how did it develop? Because Australians speak English owing to the fact that the majority of people that came to Australia were British. So how have we gone from having the British accent spoken by Her Majesty to the Aussie accent? How's that happened? And are Australian accents regional? Could somebody from South Australia tell an accent of someone from North Australia and go, oh, you're from the north, like we can? I was down at, I don't know what it was called, the Grotto, and there was a couple from Edinburgh there. I could tell they were from Edinburgh because they had Edinburgh accents. I know Scottish accents, and I know what a Glasgow accent sounds like. I know what an Edinburgh accent sounds like. Any other person would say they're speaking in a Scottish accent, so probably, right? I'm just talking nonsense while I'm driving to the 12 Apostles, aren't I? This is just rubbish, right? Stay hydrated. The 12 Apostles helicopter tour. I'd love to. I wonder how much that is. What do we reckon? $1,000? That's like 500 quid. If it was £300, so $600 to $700, I would do it. I've never been in a helicopter. It's one of my things to tick off. I'm going to have enough adrenaline next week, don't you worry, with Ryan. Oof. It's so sexy. Nearly said it. Peak visitation. Thank you. Is it? It would have been cool to do this on Christmas Day. Urquhart Gorge, turn right in 300 metres. Urquhart Gorge, that's where I'm going to next. I think I may have to head to Blowhole and Thunder Cave. I think there's a lot to see here. I'll put my hat on, I think. As much as I would like to go to the Blowhole and the Thunder Cave, I don't think I want to walk 1.2k or 1.5k in my flips, especially as I've not got much time today. Oh wow.
Right up there.
Fascinating, the story of the Lockard, which shipwrecked. The point we saw was the shipwreck point. Incredible. 2 survivors, an 18-year-old and a 19-year-old. One of the daughters or family from the Irish immigrants that were coming, and the ship's apprentice, who saved her life actually, because he came in onto the gorge and then found her clinging, so went and got help. Amazing, really. I've discovered the flies don't like the hat either, so I'll be wearing the hat for the rest of it. Lots more to see here where I am at Lockard, including the Blowhole and the Thunder Cave. However, I do not have time or the inclination really to do that walk. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours, the loop, and I just don't have time to do it. I read one of the reviews because I looked at what the Thunder Cave and the Blowhole was. Someone has put, not sure it's worth the 2 hour walk, but nice views. So I will give you their review of the Thunder Cave. On to the next one, which I think is probably going to be the 12 Apostles. I'm on the sort of main touristy bit. Split Point Lighthouse. I've just googled the Round the Twist Lighthouse, and it actually closes at 3 o'clock, which is fine. I didn't necessarily want to go up the lighthouse. I would have loved to have gone and have a look around it, but I just want to go to it, I suppose. Mainly so I can sing the theme song to myself like a child. I've eaten far too many chicken crimpies. If you're enjoying this video so far, by the way, and you're enjoying my journey, if you could like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, hype it if it's in the first 7 days, and drop a comment down below. Even if you just say, wow, everything looks beautiful, or that looks nice, oh, rookie error, then it really helps the channel, because it tells people that you like my videos, and that means that more people watch it, and that will generate more traction on the channel. And it's all about growing, right? It's all about growth. Everything's better when it's bigger, including subscriber numbers, likes and comments. So if you could, that would be really, really appreciated, because this has been an expensive trip. It's not been about making YouTube videos, it's been about the journey. But if I could make £10 out of this video, then that's half a tank of petrol, isn't it? Keep looking at them helicopter tours. Oh, I'm feeling the 6 o'clock wake up now. I'm wondering how many of these vehicles that are on the road today are hire vehicles, and how many are people's personal vehicles. Mine says on the back it's a hire car, East Coast Rentals. And touch wood, so far, I don't want to jinx the little Swift, but so far she's done a good job. So I don't know if you can see, but it's quite hazy out there, and I actually think that is smoke smog. It looks different to normal cloud haze. I think that's smoke from bushfire, and it gets worse inland. I wouldn't be surprised. 12 Apostles. Turn left in 300 metres. Good job it's foggy then, isn't it? Oh, here's a helicopter. it is clear that this is the most popular focal point, maybe. The 12 Apostles, here we are. Right, the main attraction, I suppose, of the Great Ocean Road, the 12 Apostles, of which there are about 8 or 9 left. They have all fell into the sea. They're stacks, basically, and you look along the coastline and you can see it. Let's go see it. Part of me wants to know how much the helicopter flight is, so I'm heading on over to the sales desk to find out. I went and bought a ticket, so I'm going on a helicopter. go again. Please. That had to be done for the sake of a couple of $100. I had to go on a helicopter ride on the Great Ocean Road over the 12 Apostles and just see it. I can say I've done it. I've always wanted to go in a helicopter as well. And I said if it was less than 300 quid, I was going to do it. And actually, it was £95. Yeah, every day of the week I'm paying for that. So now let's actually go and see the 12 Apostles like mere mortals from the ground. So the 12 Apostles lookout is here, and seemingly it should give you the best view of the 12 Apostles. So we'll soon find out. Yeah, seemingly not a bad view. That was the 12 Apostles and the 12 Apostles lookout, and actually if you can do it, stop and do it. Go and have a look at all the ledges and all that sort of stuff. Obviously I got to do it from a helicopter, so I don't need to be here, you know, with the mere mortals. No, genuinely. Beautiful scenes, beautiful part of the world. I won't lie, they're not as impressive as some of the other stuff I've seen this morning. The Shipwreck Cove was quite impressive, as was the first stop of the day. Gonna get back in the car, gonna grab something to eat, grab a drink, and then go to the next stop. Right, well, that was absolutely spectacular. One of the best experiences of my life, that. I've always wanted to go in a helicopter, now I can say I've done it. And it was a lot cheaper than I expected. A lot cheaper. I mean, it was still expensive, but it was a lot cheaper. On to the next one. I'm leaving the 12 Apostles. It's that busy, I'm surprised they've not got a blooming McDonald's here. Where to? Who knows? We shall find out. They're clearly building a lot of stuff here. They're building some sort of infrastructure, CAF, whatever over there. It's definitely ongoing. I would say that their current visitor centre can't cope to a point where I couldn't be bothered to wait for the toilet, so I've just left it for now. Okay, towards Apollo Bay. We've come from Port Campbell. Apollo Bay, 84 kilometres away. It's got a bit overcast actually. I'm wondering if that is smoke from the bushfire, or if it's just overcast. Stay hydrated. Haha, see you later, fly. Gibson's Steps. Let's see what that is. This is the next stop. See if he likes chicken crimpies. After eating nearly a whole pack of these, I'm a bit fed up of them. Well, it's actually closed. Warning, snakes. So it's closed. It's closed. Now, some very naughty people may or may not have climbed over the building and gone down the stairs onto the beach. I did consider it, however, I don't want to break the rules here in Australia because they might take away my Tim Tams. Shite parking of the day. More shite parking. Right, I need to get my arse in gear a little bit because it's nearly 3 o'clock.
and we've got a long way to go, really, yet before we get to the hotel. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gives me 5 hours, and it's a couple of hours still on this road. I'm gonna probably not stop and see everything now. I've seen London Bridge, seen London Bridge. I've seen the 12 Apostles. I couldn't do the Gibson steps because they were closed, and very naughty people did them. Not me, not me. Government of Australia, not me. And they went on the beach. So now we shall see if we can make a little bit of headway without having to stop every 10 minutes. He says probably going to stop in 10 minutes, right? Let's break the back of this a little bit. I've got to get to my lighthouse. So Apollo Bay, 82 kilometres. And actually I'm not going to be anywhere near the ocean for a while now. I've done the majority of the pretty things to see at the ocean side. So there is a wildlife park on this road that I've just gone past. It's the Great Ocean Road Wildlife Park. It's advertised as having animal experiences and dingo education. I've just got this image of all these dingoes sat in a classroom with little hats on. The Great Ocean Road has all of a sudden turned into the Great Forest Road. I've sort of gone down away from the coast, and now I'm going up and round and through, well, forest. Come on, little Swifty. It's like being in the Adelaide Hills. I have stopped driving in the trees, and I'm going to stop at the next place, which is called Castle Cove. Nice view out into the hills. And there's the view of Castle Cove. It's not as impressive as some of the other stuff we've seen, is it? I feel sorry for Castle Cove. It's not incredible, is it? So that is me hitting the ocean again, and then actually I'm going to be going back into the hills. A lot of inland driving for the next sort of hour or so. So I want to be candid about this. A lot of the driving that I'm doing now is nowhere near the ocean. It's all inland, it's all uphill. This isn't what I signed up for. There's lots of people pulled over at the side of the road. Why is that? It's because there's a whaler sleeping whaler. There he is. And another. He's having some brekkie. There's loads of them. Here they are. That's what I came to see. That's it then, Australia pretty much completed. Seen kangaroos, seen koalas. That was cool. I enjoyed that. I'm glad I stopped and wasn't like, why is everyone just pulling up here? I thought they were actually pulling up to take pictures of the cows, because there's cows in a field there. There's a whole family of koalas. Oh. Hooray! I can see the ocean again. It's been a long slog through the twisty turns of the Great Ocean Road in the forest there, mainly due to some twat in an Indy camper doing about 30 kilometres an hour, and I just couldn't get past him, and he didn't pull in for like 25k. Anyway, this is the Great Ocean Road if you're watching. I'm in Marengo now. Marengo, the beach. Please see now, the beach. There it is. Pull in here and show you the beach at Marengo. Marengo Beach. Please enjoy now. Good, thank you. That's all you're getting. Because we will carry on. Oh, I've got a headache. It's been a long day. Ugh. Next on the stop is Apollo Bay. And I'm going to need to get petrol there because I've got a quarter of a tank left. Welcome to Apollo Bay. You're bloody welcome. The Great Ocean View Motel. Does exactly what it says on the tin. Lorne and Geelong, which is where I'm going. Apollo Bay Chinese restaurant. Now we're talking. Look at this fun fair they've got going on here. Oh, it's all closed. There must be a chippy here, come on. Pit stop American Beach Diner. Asian Tuck Shop. Where's the bloody chippy? Holy moly, 179. Oof. Well, I need petrol, so I'm gonna have to pay it. I mean, it's still what? 90 pence. I'm glad to be stopping for 10 minutes. $30 later, and I've pretty much.
So we're gonna get that again at Jan 30.
$30 later, and I've pretty much got a full tank. Let's carry on now. Now we're back on the Ocean Road, where it looks like what I expected. A road right alongside the ocean, as opposed to in the trees. What's that all about, Australia? Here we go. Look at these beaches. Rocky, but check the beaches out. I'm tired now. I'm very tired, actually. Oh, I'm heading towards a place called Lorne. L-O-R-N-E, maybe. With a view of getting to my lighthouse, but I'm going to be cutting it fine because it's 20 past 4 now. And I left at 7 o'clock. I've been driving since 7 a.m. And tomorrow I have got a mammoth drive. Mammoth. From Melbourne to Sydney. Not looking forward to that. That is pretty much going to be my day. I'm going to sleep well tonight. I hope. Oh man. Wow. Tiredness kills. It's very pretty. Very, 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 very pretty. I feel like the bit I did this morning is prettier. This is coastal. But it doesn't have all the impressive rock formations. It's like driving that coastal road in Wales. Oh, I am going to crash out tonight. That's the first place I've seen with a sign that says no vacancy. Most of the motels and stuff like that have all got vacancies at the moment. I suppose we are coming to the end of the holiday period. I've just had the terrible realisation that I'm going to be spending the next 2 weeks just driving. I've done 1,450 52 kilometres so far. That's a long way in a week. I'm passing through a place called Sugarloaf. Which is pretty. Not much to write home about for Sugarloaf, I'm afraid. I could do with a massage. It's a shame it's a bit cloudy today. Carrisbrook Creek. Yeah, the falls are in there. I will not be going to climb a waterfall or look at a waterfall. This video is going to be mainly me yawning. I yawn for most of the entire Great Ocean Road video. Content, stay hydrated. In hindsight, trying to smash this all in one day, not a good idea. So if you're planning to do the Great Ocean Road, do it in 2 days at least. It's doable, but it's not enjoyable. So my ETA at the moment to my hotel is 5:30, 40 minutes away. That's okay. If I go up the other way, it's a bit further. You know, I feel really poorly. I don't feel great at all. Stay hydrated. I think I'm just exhausted. I think I need a day to just recharge during this week. It's probably going to be Wednesday, it's Monday now. I think I'm going to have a recharge day in Sydney on Wednesday. That's the plan. Ah, parrots. I might check myself into a really nice hotel. A really nice hotel. And just enjoy on Wednesday. Ready for bed. I've got such pressure build up in my head. I think that's because I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I'm up and down and in and out and round, and I'm concentrating. Kennet River, that's where we are now. Oh, they're surfing on the beach. We've got lifeguards here too. Everyone's surfing. Surfing USA. There you go. Everyone is surfing on the beach. They can enjoy that while I enjoy some H2O. Wipe out. Cool. That was good to see. It looks to me like this place is the surfing bit. Lots of cars parked up here. Ah, there's a holiday camp. That makes sense. I'm glad it's not blazing sunshine, but also it would have been nice to have been less cloudy than this. Certainly wouldn't want to have done this on the 42-degree day. Monash Gully. That's where we are. I've dropped all my shapes. When I went round the corner, they all fell out. So they're all on the floor now, which I'm not impressed about. I've lost my chicken crimpies. Wake up, John boy. This is not enjoyable anymore. This has become unenjoyable. river. Oh, that's nice, yeah. Look at all these houses up in the hills. Or apartments or shacks or whatever. Yep, that's very nice. Smoky. Very smoky. You know, I think I'm gonna have to finish this tomorrow. Because I am 63 kilometres away from my hotel, which means I'm gonna get there at 5:30. But I am knackered. Like, absolutely knackered. And there's no point not enjoying it. Does that make sense? So Geelong is 82 kilometres away, which is pretty much the end of the Great Ocean Road. I don't know if I can make another 82 kilometres. So I'm thinking, I go to my hotel, I get checked in, and then bright and early tomorrow morning I come back and I finish the last bit. And I go to my lighthouse. What do you reckon? I think that's probably the way forward. Yep, that's the plan. I'm going to hack the next 40 minutes to my hotel and come back and finish it tomorrow. Which I'm gutted about. But there's no point in making myself sick. No point. There's no point making myself sick. There is a hitchhiker. He's hitching a ride. Been a long time since I've done that. Man. That's gorgeous. It's just sea, sea, sea. Ocean, ocean, ocean. You'll let me off that one. Heavy going. Heavy, heavy, heavy going. My advice to anyone trying to do this in one day is don't. Don't do it. Or, if you are going to do it, stay at the other end and do it all in one go, but don't stay in Mount Gambier. I went to a place called Cumberland River. I prefer Cumberland sausage. Although being from Lincolnshire, that is blasphemous. 53 kilometres away. When I get to Lorne, I'm going to stop and just take a bit of a break. That's the plan. There's no rush. My hotel closes, it's check-in at 8 o'clock and it's 5 o'clock. So if I need to have a coffee and a kip, I will do. It's not actually that far to Lorne now. Why I decided this was a good idea, I don't know. Because I can tell you for free, it's not a good idea. St. George River. Stunning. We're going up. We've come down to the river, now we're going up again. Holy moly. Hooray! I've made it to Lorne. A place of natural beauty, allegedly. place of coffee. So Lorne has got a jetty. Well, I was coming here to grab a coffee, but it's closed. That has scuppered me a little bit. Lots of buildings going on. Oh, look at all them cockatoos. Hey, how are you? How's it going? Hundreds of cockatoos. Just having a little snack. I hope you've got a coffee shop, Lorne. Whether or not you'll be open at 5 o'clock, that's a different thing. Goodness, look at the size of that place. That looks like it's a very posh hotel. The Lorne Hotel. Aha, now I've found somewhere to eat. Will do. Bayview Hotel, bakery, yes, yes, yes. Aha, a BWS. I'm going to pull in here and get some provisions. Because I am struggling. See what we can find. The bakery's closed. No pie. Check this guy out. Told you I've been hunting for a cockatoo. That guy's got a cake. So inquisitive. Hey. Stick the chicken salt on there.
I reckon that's probably good.
Awesome. The Salty Dog fish and chips. I've got fish and chips from the Salty Dog. $16. And the lass in there that I've spoken to, really nice girl. She's heading on up to Melbourne for school. So shout out to the Salty Dog in Lorne. And I'm looking forward to eating this. Take a bloody look at that. Yes. So, the lad put chicken salt on it. The girl said there's not enough chicken salt on there, so it's put more on for me. No vinegar. Wowzer, that was great. And actually, the amount of chicken salt on there, perfect. Very tasty. One thing I will say about Australian fish and chips is the fish is lovely. The chips are just bog standard, like frozen chips that you just chuck in a fryer. I was warned about that. So they're not like potatoes that are cut and sliced and done in-house like we do. It's still tasty though. Right, so I'm going to go to my hotel still. The Round the Twist Lighthouse is 20 minutes away from here, but I want to enjoy it and I still don't feel great. I feel much better than I did sort of half an hour ago. I'm gonna go to my hotel, get some sleep, get up early in the morning, do the rest of the Great Ocean Road, and then head to Sydney. That's the plan. Best laid plans and all that, eh? Soul searching a bit at the moment to see if I do carry on or if I go to my hotel, because I feel a little bit better now, but that is probably going to change again when I get back on the road. No, I'm going to my hotel and I'm going to get some sleep because tomorrow is a mammoth day. A mammoth day. So we'll see what the rest of Lorne has to offer. So the girl in the chip shop, shout out to her, was telling me about Pier to Pub, which is something that's been going on. I'll give them another plug. It's the Salty Dog Fish and Chips. Basically, people go to the end of the pier, they jump in, they swim to the beach, and then go to the pub. And then drink as much as humanly possible, and then they go get fish and chips. So pier to pub, it's been quite busy. 182.9. Woof. That's a lot of moolah for petrol. Oh, someone's having a meltdown. Second exit. So it's 32 minutes, apparently. 47 kilometres. So I'm going to be coming off the Great Ocean Road. Although Geelong is only 50 minutes. Oh, sod it, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to carry on. You only live once. I'm going to do it via the Great Ocean Road, I've decided. The cockatoos are like seagulls, really, here in Lorne. They are feral buggers. So Anglesea, Geelong. Geelong is the end of the Great Ocean Road, really. But this is going to be a squeeze now. But I'm feeling good. I'm going to get to my lighthouse. That's where I'm going to get. And then that means tonight I can sleep really well and don't have to get necessarily up as early as I would have had to do to come back down to do the Great Ocean Road, to then go up to Geelong and then to Sydney. There is a little bit of method in my madness. A tiny bit. Tiny bit. Aries Inlet, which is where 14k. I would have been daft to not do this, I think. I've also been advised to go on the beach at Aries Inlet, because that is where it was filmed. Strategically, you can't see the footwell of this car, the passenger's footwell, or the passenger seat, to say that. It's a state. I need to clean it out tonight. There's stuff everywhere. I didn't eat all my chips. I can smell them. I might snack on some chips as we go. Chicken salt. Today has mainly been me eating stuff whilst driving, calling things beautiful. That's about it. Oh, I went in a helicopter. Slippery when wet. Look at all the cockatoos over there. The fish and chips have given me newfound power to soldier on through the day. Climbing. Sort of up into the hills again a little bit. So at the moment my sat-nav still wants me to turn around to go to my hotel. There will be a point where I will defeat it and it will be quicker for me to go that way. 95 metres above sea level, Cinema Point. Okay. See how enjoyable these are. Oh, this is tight. That was enjoyable. I would love to know about the engineering of building this road, because it is pretty much on the side of a mountain. Still wants me to turn around. That's a pretty outlook of the beach. But we haven't got time for stopping and taking pictures of beaches. No. Not now. Because I think I'm going over there. I think I can see it. I think I can see Split Point Lighthouse. Folks are surfing and fishing. Surfing and fishing. Well, check that out. Great Ocean Road. I mean, I've got to pull in and have a picture with that, haven't I? Let's get a picture of that bugger. It starts here then. Bit of a pilgrimage really to stop at the Great Ocean Road Memorial Arch. It sort of denotes really the start. But it's not actually the start of the Great Ocean Road, it's going to continue, and we will continue now to Port Airy. That fly is really driving me up the wall. Oh, someone's been hang gliding. Awesome. It's a great day for hang gliding. What's that? It's like a glass beach lookout. I'm guessing it's some sort of information centre, maybe? I can see my lighthouse. Dunk. Maybe it's a house? I actually think it's someone's house. Which, if it is, that's a flex. Which is your house? It's the one there with the drawbridge. Fairhaven seems very posh, this part of the world. Lots of smoke up there. You are in Warrnambool country. Airy's Inlet, the home of Split Point Lighthouse. Parking, cars only. Is this the parking for the lighthouse? Lighthouse. I think I've gone the wrong way. So, should you have grown up watching the television in the 90s, you will know about Port Neranda, which isn't actually a real place. No, it is not at all. It's a fictional place from the hit children's TV show Round the Twist, which centred on a family going to live in a lighthouse. This lighthouse that we're about to see. Shout out for unsuitable footwear still. Have you ever felt like this? How strange things happen. Are you going round the twist? Have you ever felt like this? And do you know what? The view from the walk to the top wasn't too bad either. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Finally seeing the Split Point Lighthouse. Something that really wanted me to come to Australia back in the day was Round the Twist. And just the shenanigans of the family. There it is, there's Split Point Lighthouse. Say goodbye to it because now we're carrying on our Great Ocean Road adventure up to Torquay. Not that Torquay, but it is spelt the same, and Geelong. And then down to where I'm staying tonight, Winchester or Wichester or Wichchester or do something, somewhere. They've contacted me to say, John, don't worry about being later than 8 o'clock. We've got your key here, it's all sorted. So I can take my time a little bit now and enjoy a little bit more of the Great Ocean Road. No stressing, and I got to see me lighthouse, and I'm feeling much better. Fish and chips solved everything. And the sun's even come out, look, over those clouds as I'm heading back down the hill. So I told Ryan and Emma that I would call them from the top of the Split Point Lighthouse, and I did, and sang them round the twist. So, you know, man of my word. Right, that's it. I've been to see the lighthouse. I've been banging on about it all day. I've managed to get there. The sun is sort of going down. It's, what, 7 o'clock here? In theory, I should be able to get to my hotel by about 7:30. Which way is it taking me? Is it taking me the way that I didn't want to go, though? Nope, it's taking me the way that I wanted to go. Hooray! So the ETA then now is 7:30. Gives me loads of time. I've rang my mum, I've rang Ryan and Emma, and I've rang a friend as well to show them the lighthouse, because I promised them I would do. Everybody now has been to see Split Point Lighthouse today. So I'm 63 kilometres away from my hotel. We're going to be pushing it again, 7:30 this time. I'm in room 3 apparently. Or unit 3. It's a motel. I'm in a motel. It's going to be get to my hotel, get checked in, get a shower, get into bed. It's cockatoo central tonight. Too many cockatoos. Cock-a-12. Another day where my face is so tight. Anglesea, Torquay, Geelong and Melbourne. I mean, what is there to physically see in Melbourne? What are the sightseeing spots? I need to consider that, because if I get up super duper early, I could probably go to a couple of the sightseeing spots in Melbourne before heading on up to Sydney. It's not an impossible drive, but it certainly is a big one. I'm glad I finished this tonight. I'm glad I finished it. Because if I'd had to come back down tomorrow and on this route and up and round, I'd have been shattered by about 3 o'clock. Urquhart Bluff. I'm not going to be staying at all the little stop-offs on the way unless I see something really beautiful now. And that's pretty, but I've seen enough pretty today. This time of night, everything looks so beautiful because the sun is out now. It's been grey and smoggy and smoky most of today. And now at 7 o'clock, the sun's come out. Overall, I've had a good day. I mean, I've been in a helicopter. That was certainly an experience. Probably one of the best experiences of my life, actually. Always wanted to go into a helicopter. Everything looks so pretty this time of night. Beautiful, sexy, stunning. Gorgeous. I'm trying to think of other words to describe it. Picturesque, scenic. Anglesea, not that one, which we'll just be driving through. We won't be stopping here. The fire risk today, moderate. It's been changed. It was high earlier. So my route hasn't taken me anywhere near any forest fires, which is good. I keep calling them forest fires, bush fires, which is good. That means that A, I haven't been a fire tourist, which I didn't want to be, and B, there's been no new bushfires overnight. I was listening to the radio this morning, lots of people talking about it. It is a serious thing. You don't realise how serious it is until you're out here. Along with sun cream and UV, you don't realise until you're out here. Slip, slap, slop, right? As Ryan would tell me, no hat, no play. It's a nice lookout. Yep. The sea. The ocean. Aha, the beach inspector is here. 52 kilometres. Anglesea Beach, swim within the flags. Ladies and gentlemen, please. Wow, it's Cockatoo Central. And some galahs. I like seeing the galah. They're very beautiful. I'm not going to say they're sexy. They're very fascinating. So shopping centre, bowling club or Torquay. Oh, he's got a kite. Oh, kite's brilliant. Let's see what's at the Anglesea shopping centre. Laundry, yeah. Pharmacy, yeah. Thai, massage, yeah. Bar and grill, a bakery and cafe, surf shop. I've just seen a Christmas tree and it's thrown me. I'd forgotten that it's sort of early January. Fire station, that's a big fire station as well. The last slog of the day. Those fish and chips really sorted me out. I did need some sustenance. Good going. So that's it, the majority of the Great Ocean Road sights and sounds done. Done and dusted in one day. Do I recommend it? No, absolutely not. Is it possible? Yes, absolutely it is. Will you see everything? No, of course you won't. But will you break the absolute back of it and see most of what you want to see? Yeah, absolutely you will. My favourite part of the day, it has to be, you thought I was going to say the helicopter ride, right? It has to be seeing the Proton Jumbuck. No, it's definitely the helicopter ride. Definitely the helicopter ride. I'm shocked as to how much of the pretty sights and rock formations are in one place. For me at the beginning, for you, if you're doing it the normal way, at the end. I suppose then you've got a bit of a climax and not an anti-climax like me. Because for me, the end of it was Lorne. Bit like a skeg, wasn't it? My low light of the day, my USB stick drama. So I'm meant to be staying in Winchelsea, but it's taking me this way via Geelong. Let's make sure it's taking me to the right place. Yep, it's taking me this way. The only question that remains to be seen now is how good is my accommodation going to be? This accommodation I have paid £65 for, I think. As I'm getting closer to Sydney, it's obviously getting more expensive. Was my accommodation last night worth 50 quid? Yeah, absolutely it was. I had a comfy bed, I had an internet TV that I could watch Family Guy on, I'd got a fridge with loads of freebies in, and a fantastic bathroom. I think I've got a bigger bedroom tonight. But I'm also maybe confusing that with the place I'm staying tomorrow, which is not actually in Sydney, it's in a place called Campbelltown. As long as it's not in the car park of a Dan Murphy's again, I'm alright. And I don't wake up in the morning and someone's clearly lost their specs and their hoodie. Someone definitely got punched last night. I have arrived at my motel. I'm in room number 3. It is a proper old school, attached to a pub, Aussie motel. This is the room, and this is my very first impression. The guy has basically said, I've left it open for you, mate. So it's been open all afternoon. Oh. You need to enjoy this as well as I do. It's not bad. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. There's aircon. There's a fridge. There's a shower. Yeah. I mean, there's no blind on the window here in the kitchen. Could be worse. I shall quickly show you around possibly the sketchiest motel I've ever stayed in. Clock radio in there. I have got a double bed, which is good. Curtains I have drawn. This as well. I've got a sort of a pull-out bed here, full of blankets if you fancy some blankets. More blankets if you fancy some more blankets. Pillows if you fancy some more pillows. That's for that bed. There's a TV, smart TV. And then this, I've got a window here with no blind, which is annoying me. Fridge, kettle, microwave. What's in here? Iron and ironing board, and then in the bathroom, well, a shower, a toilet, and a sink. It's not as nice as last night, and it's more expensive actually, but it does sleep 3 people. I'm just gonna put the telly on, get my head down, and get some sleep. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. I'm glad I did the Great Ocean Road in one go in the end, and I'm glad I'm here and I can just chill out. Like, subscribe, hype, comment down below. Tomorrow, the Mammoth drive to Sydney. I'm going to have to just sit and work out how long it's going to take me. I'm going to have to leave mega early, and then once I've got to Sydney, I'm going to have a couple of days there, including one day to just chill out. If I don't get murdered in my sleep, I shall see you tomorrow. Till next time, thanks for watching. See you later. Thanks for watching this latest video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, I've selected a couple more videos for you, especially on this page. You might enjoy those, and don't forget to subscribe to always keep up to date with the channel.